Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? So although there were a lot of old media members that were extremely disrespecting Devin Haney before he became undisputed when he was only the WBC champion, ESPN's Max Kellerman, he ranks as top 3, one of the most disrespectful towards Devin Haney before and even after Devin Haney became the undisputed champion in the lightweight division. After Devin Haney completely shut out, aka Sparta, the Emperor, 301, Max Kellerman, he puts out a tweet in reaction to the win by Devin Haney and refused to call Devin the undisputed champion in the lightweight division. He tags Devin Haney and he says, "Now Haney is the lightweight champion of the world. Congratulations, champ." Now let's go back down memory lane and listen to what Max Kellerman said about Teofimo Lopez right after he beat Lomachenko. Check it out.
But Teofimo's camp says he don't want to fight in Australia and might be willing to vacate the belt and not fight at all. Let me tell you something about belts. Teofimo Lopez does not need any of these absurd sanctioning body belts. He is the lightweight champion of the world. He's the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. If anyone has a dispute, it's Devin Haney. That's the only guy, and I don't think his dispute is strong, but he does have a legitimate point of view. Otherwise, belt or no belt, garbage. He's the lightweight champion of the world. Teofimo, you should act that way. They don't want the Kambosos fight. How about a rematch with Lomachenko for the lightweight title?
So Max Kellerman calls Teofimo Lopez the guy that has 3 out of the 4 belts undisputed. But he doesn't call Devin Haney the guy that has all of the belts that Lopez had before and his own belt. He doesn't call him undisputed. Guys, this is something straight out of a biographical film. You know, like one of those true story Jack Johnson documentaries. I mean, the double standards are just so overt. Did you guys also notice, not only did he say that Teofimo was the undisputed champion, he said he's the real lightweight champion, and he said the only person that has even a little bit of a dispute, and then he said, but it's not even a real dispute. But he said if there's anyone that has a dispute when it comes to him being undisputed, it's Devin Haney. But then while he's saying that only Devin has an argument, he pushes for a Teofimo versus Lomachenko fight. Why wouldn't you push for Teo to fight the one champion who has, by your own admission, somewhat of an argument?
He's the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. If anyone has a dispute, it's Devin Haney. That's the only guy, and I don't think his dispute is strong, but he does have a legitimate point of view.
So while Devin Haney is the only fighter that had a dispute to Teofimo's claim to being undisputed, once again, according to Max Kellerman's logic, if that is the case, why are you pushing for the Lomachenko fight when by your own admission, you don't feel Lomachenko has the dispute that Devin Haney has? You want to see Teofimo versus Lomachenko in the rematch. We know what time it is. None of these guys on ESPN, when it comes to Max Kellerman, Joe Tessitore, and Mark Kriegel, ever entertained the idea of George Kambosos versus Devin Haney, Lopez versus Devin Haney for undisputed. They never even mentioned that fight because the truth is Max Kellerman and Joe Tessitore and the rest of the old media gang, they were using that word undisputed as some type of immunity title. They were blowing the dog whistle to George Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez, and they were telling them, look, we are calling you quote unquote undisputed. That means you can fight whoever you want. You don't have to fight or take on a dangerous fight like Devin Haney. We're already calling you undisputed. In fact, Max Kellerman, he actually said just that to Teofimo Lopez. When Max interviewed Lopez on his show right after Lopez beat Lomachenko, Max told Teofimo Lopez, you can fight whoever you want. He said, and I quote, if you fight Devin Haney, then they're going to say, oh, you got to fight Gervonta Tank Davis because he has some kind of regular belt. And it's just going to go on and on and on. Translation, there's no reason for you to take these dangerous fights. You can fight the easiest guys you want to fight because I'm still going to call you undisputed. I'm going to still say you're the real champion no matter who you fight. What do you always hear me say? One of the most dangerous weapons in the world is a microphone and a camera. And everything that old media has been saying recently has been blowing up in their face. It was old media that created this frenzy when it came to fighters being called undisputed. Regardless if a fighter like Lopez or Kambosos was undisputed or not, the word became so popular in the sport of boxing that it made everyone want to fight for undisputed. So ever since ESPN, they start misleading the boxing fans by calling Teofimo Lopez undisputed, Kambosos undisputed. Ever since then, we've got two more undisputed champions, but real undisputed champions, like Jermell Charlo and now Devin Haney. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence will most likely be fighting for undisputed at the end of this year. Stephen Fulton is going after undisputed. He wants to fight for undisputed in his very next fight. This was not a part of the plan at all for old media. And now they are forced to scramble and contradict themselves over and over and over again. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at ScalpCarolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP, and I saw some pictures of some guys, before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention, so I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, ScalpCarolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, can you fix this? And, he pretty much said, no problem. My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, ScalpCarolinas, to get this done.